So dear friend, today I am going to explore awesome AI tools. It is a list in the GitHub and it costs around 5,000 stars. So obviously it is a very good tools list. So you want to use AI for different purposes. You already have a workflow in your day-to-day work, and if you want to advance it, you need to depend on tools because you don't want to reinvent the whole wheel for doing a specific task. So here this list is categorized into editor choice, AI text, code with AI, generative AI image, generative AI video, generative AI audio, voice cloning, music generation, tools for marketing. Let me magnify a little bit so that you can see it in large. So the URL you can see here. So what do you want to explore? Say editorial choice AI for the developer is a website that lists curated AI agent SDK. Now if you don't know what is SDK, and SDK is like a toolbox where a particular app provide you or a service provide you all the tools that you need to build your own app, something like that. It includes API and these kind of things. So it is a box collection of tools. You can, if you are a coder, you can reuse them. Coding copilots, dev fast tools that are saved in this website. We'll explore this website, make sure it is safe. So before searching it directly on Google, I just want to see its review, whether it is a good site or how it is. So it is not coming at the top. I see this .org is not even coming in the list. So why this? It is like a hidden website I see. And let's see whether it has any reviews. It is showing the site is safe. It is best AI tool and agent discover. Is curated directory. Basically it's a community hub of developer. So when you go to a community developer, you see random kind of tool. Here it is offering automation tools, LLMs, AI coding agents, and it is a resource hub for vibe coding that include various type of articles and blog. Probably this you can also subscribe their newsletter, and I see there are some reviews available. So let's visit this website. I am first time visiting this site. At the top of the list, I can see that ID, that is the most important thing you need to start your coding. IDs are like cursor, means ref, GitHub Copilot. These are the top ID. It is the entry gravity is not in this list. I see app builders, Lovable, Bolt, v0.dev, coding agent. I see coding agent, some Kilo code, some open source Void. What are these? Or Cloud code. What are these open source? What? So basically it is giving you a report of this tool. What is the purpose of this tool? How it is useful? But the biggest problem, you would all need a mindset where you have proper understanding of basics, because tools are like guitar, and if you know the chord, how to play it, you can play nice music, very sweet music out of this device. And if you don't know how to play it, then it doesn't matter how expensive the tool is and how good tool itself. So these concepts required a brush up of all those things. Today I learned a very good thing. You need a, if you want to be an AI engineer, or a, now there is a new buzzword, it is called forward deployment engineer, like people who just dropped into a office where the office already has a workflow, and as a AI expert, you are going to implement various type of tools inside their existing application with the help of your coding knowledge. And you are not only working as a coder or developer, you are also training the team to follow the rules or follow the technique, how they can improve the current workflow, something like that. So what I understand, that tools are available. You can get a website, especially look at this, it's an open source Cursor alternative. Just like Cursor, you can build your application with this tool. I have a video about how to use cursor in this channel, but this is amazing. There is a free alternative available. So this website is a collection of a lot of tools. Claude Code is also, let's learn a little bit more about this. Claude Code basically an agent that help you doing coding. That means you are writing something in plain English, describing the business logic, and it is building the app. What is the brain behind it? The brain is from the Claude family, the LLM models like 4, Opus 4, Sonnet 4, Haiku 3.5. These are the LLM models of Claude family. Now these are where they are integrated. So these are integrated your VS Code IDE, and you are automatically mapping the entire project structure, generating files, and you can see someone sitting behind the curtain and doing the job in front of you. If you have coding and knowledge, you will be amazed by the output and how fast it is solving the problem. You need to guide it to achieve the goal. That is the thing. So here there are some feature involved in this, like implementing a copy of this code on GitHub. Then you can also integrate some MCP, model context protocol. MCP is just like plugging the LLM model to your existing application, something like that. So these are the concept behind the use of a tool. So when you go get a chance to explore tool, this is a nice website indeed, AI for developer.org. is a collection of different kind of tools like cursor alternative. So I see there is no rating, but on popularity, cursor is at the top, then Claude Code second. And it is interesting that Gemini is not at the top of the list because developers are not using it at the top. Hugging Face, this is Star Coder. Of course it is open source. I am interested to wanted to know more about this. So biggest problem when you run a particular AI assisted application on your device, if it is using a billion parameter, and it makes your computer really slow if you are not using high-end graphics card for processing all those things, because it consumes a lot of RAM. That is the basic knowledge we know. 8 billion parameter or less than 8 billion parameter generally runs well in a normal PC, but if you want high intense coding, it's very expensive. So I want to see open source and free. So I found these are, I will try if I get a time today. Let's move to our next website. That is an AI, is a list of best AI tool. It is again a kind of directory. So for everything you will find an AI here. Let's see where it is, how it is popular. That is an AI.com. So I see that it is an authoritative website, and it has a GitHub. So let's see how many people are actually liking the GitHub page. So only 95 followers, very few people following this page. So that is a Facebook page, email ID I see, and nothing listed in this GitHub page. How many repository? I think no. So let's find its review. So AI is reviewing this site. So it is a comprehensive, frequently updated directory featuring 14,000 AI tools. Who is going to use so many tools are now available? 14,000. Then while praising by user, and it is an extensive list, and like front is a website that review this, and what people are saying about this. Let's find out in Trustpilot. People are saying, I am older user, like 70-year-old, and just trading water in the tsunami of technology. Wonderful line. And stumble these things. Okay, I'm completely novice, and I'm so newbies are getting amazing tools in this site. So let's see how it is. Let's visit the site. Is the UI. Okay, it is redirecting to login. Anyway, so I see that there is the pricing also available, like the pricing of this tool. So it is trying to oversell. I don't like his website that try to oversell, forcefully sign up, too many pop-ups. But anyway, this is definitely a big list. Look at the purpose, how people made these tools. For example, run any image into 3D model instantly. So somebody make a tool that turn an image into 3D model. Every missed call is a booking, like somebody call it, it direct the call, something like that. Autofill the job application with AI. That means AI is going to apply for your job and you are just sitting alone. And yeah, is a dental receptionist. That means for dental clinic it is a virtual receptionist. So they categorize the tasks where actually it is applicable. So most of the AI tools are built for LinkedIn, I see. So basically lead collection. Then social data layer for AI agent. So it is like a social media analysis to understand the sentiment of the market. It is also denoting the country of origin where these applications are developed. I see some are from India, like filmmaking, create AI ad, infographics and film. So these are actually charging a subscription for building the output, and it is very common nowadays. What, like big company implement many things to automate the things with AI, and end of the day they found that okay, AI implementation was a wastage of time. It may happens because if things are not analyzed first, what are the things we need to do through AI and what are the things we should maintain human involved workflow, that is very important before implementation. And I'm not a person to advise all those things, but this is my experience I am telling. So after doing many implementation with AI, you'll find that okay, was some of the implementation were actually wastage of time. These were not required. So take your decision wisely before implementing something fully with AI, and it will happen very soon, because AI tools indirectly charging money to the who want to take the service. For example, you want to make an ad with the help of AI tool. So the kind of cost or token that will use by the AI tool very expensive, and even it's found that an AI based film is more expensive than a film shooted by a normal camera and some human actors or person. So actually AI is not that much of easy and cheap solution. Very soon it will see that it will be more expensive. So anything AI, rate this website like 3 out of 5. This website UI is dark, like good. What is Notion AI? Completely see that Notion AI is an affiliated link, so I'm not going to click on this link. People use the affiliated link in the GitHub as well. Look at this link. I am trying to copy this, but it is, the link suggests that it is a affiliated link. Then there's also, these are editor choice, so editor is indirectly using some affiliated links here. Okay, AI tools are sold in the market and people are searching customer for them, for those tools already built. So many tools are already built, but they are not getting enough customer. So that is a big opportunity for the marketer to go and sell those subscription to the right people. But people are smart people. You can't just sell if it is not beneficial. OpenAI API most popular, no doubt. We already know that if you want to use the benefit of ChatGPT in your application, you have to use OpenAI. What it exactly do, let's try to learn, like you don't know about this. So it is providing you a key, and you are putting this key in your website, and your website must have some sort of plugin and code. Now your website can use the power of the brain of ChatGPT, and if somebody asks any question based on your website content, it can generate the answer. The main function of AI is to do answer. If you tell AI, okay, give me this bottle of water for me, it will start answering. Just ask AI, give me a bottle of water for me, it will start generating an answer. It can't do any task. If you want to do a task, you have to use an agent. That is the thing. So to translate natural language into code, OpenAI API. And Codex is a tool, is a kind of agent that you install in your computer and start instructing computer do these tasks on behalf of me. I'm not going to click my mouse, I'm not just sitting alone. Okay, next is a DeepMind has 280 billion parameter language model. Wow, so many parameter. Even 8 billion is not running anywhere, and this DeepMind has launched a model that has 8 billion parameter, and it is launched in 2021. Why they build it? Let's try to read this article and let's try to digest it a little bit with a small knowledge, if I can understand. So it is a language model. So what is its main role? Probably it is intelligent, so you can ask question and it can explain concepts, it can teach you it can create memory. And DeepMind use these large language model for building communication between the AI and the human. Okay, now let us the first stranger as it is and try to understand it with a deeper knowledge. I'm a little bit magnifying it. Look at the number 280 billion parameter language model. So the first stranger is saying, as part of a broader portfolio of AI research, of course guys, you are the biggest researcher of AI, DeepMind, this Google, big guys. We believe the development and study of more powerful language model, of course this is powerful, 280 billion system that predict and generate text, have tremendous potential for building advanced AI system, because they want to use their model to build advanced AI system that can be used safely and efficiently to summarize the information. Just for summarization, okay, even the 8 billion parameter can be summarization. Why 280 billion? So okay, it can summarize this text. Now developing language model required research into their potential impact, include the risks they pose. These include collaboration between experts from varied background to thoughtfully anticipate and address the challenges that training algorithm on existing dataset can create. So AI need people from different background. Even he's going to hire some philosopher as to teach AI that this is ethically good, this is ethically not good, laws, medicine. People from different background can enrich algorithm. Today we are releasing 3 paper on language model that affects the interdisciplinary approach. Yes, that is very interesting. When AI is a tool and a machine is capable to behave like a doctor as well as a physicist, like who knows everything, or an astronomer. So the knowledge of astronomer and the knowledge of doctor together in one brain can produce something amazing. Because if you want to train one human to become an expert in medicine, go 5 years, complete the bachelor in medicine, then do the MD, then do practice, and after those experiences one person become doctor. Okay, fine. Then you are telling the same, now you go and become an astronomer. So the situation is very complicated here you are taking a very less time to train a model capable to understand all these theories, knowledge. It can memorize these things, and now it is capable to give you a decision. But how far it is accurate, how far it is good, it depends on how many parameters it is using, how many billions of GPUs are working together to give you the right answer. So that is the thing. People think that okay, I gave little context, getting enough information. That is not always true. Even from the little context it can give you better answer if the model's parameter is very high, power is very high. That is the thing. So look at these stats. Humanities, if you look at the knowledge of humanities, a huge amount of knowledge is there. It includes history, psychology, social sciences. Humanity includes that is using my LLM model of the brain to find out relevant keyword when I am thinking about the humanities. social science is a separate thing, okay, where you learn about our society, our community, how it is a big field, no doubt. Medicine has different kind of fields altogether: general knowledge, then science, technology, math. So what is this graph indicate? The accuracy. I see that these particular all these expertise is that a person who has expertise in a particular field, like teaching in Harvard, teaching in a Columbia University, big schools, they have certain accuracy, because ultimately they are taking the decision what is the right knowledge, what is exactly beneficial for humanity, what is exactly beneficial for a specific task. So human has more accuracy than the golfer. That is a product of DeepMind. So anyway, if we go through this article, we'll more about golfer. So let us try to understand this conversation. The question was, what can you tell me about cell biology? So that is the answer. I'm not going to read the whole thing here. What is the technical name of a single cell organ? Okay, it is capable to answer. Somebody knows a fact. With that fact, he is going to solve a problem. So facts are not always direct solution of a problem, because facts do some sort of intelligence where you can make a decision, and based on this decision you are going to solve a problem. So if you are aware of too many facts, so I see they have tested for maths as well. The biggest question is here, how ethical you are. Are you aware of the social risks? As a large language model, are you spreading any kind of knowledge or information that is pointing these 2 points that I mentioned earlier? So this is very important, and people around the world working on that, so that it can minimize the discrimination, bias, and information hazard. Information hazard means there is some information available about a fact, but let us assume that most of the information are fake. So that is not good. When information is a misinformation, that is not yet helpful. Even is better than that, because a comedy is not spreading any misinformation, it is entertaining people. And who are taking the responsibility of information? Obviously the authorized news channels, authorized media houses, they are taking the responsibility of information. So it depends on how user using, who is handling this information. When you are given a key to or access to information of around the world, now as a human being, when you are going to use those information, your motive and goal must be like you want to help other. Your motive and goal must be, if you want to make money, of course with this you can achieve everything you want in life, but is it going to helpful for the, let us think about, say, the richest person in the world is to solve a problem, like he thinks that this world is not for the humanity, we have to go beyond that. For that he is using science, technology, the most talented of the world or most talented people of the world solving a problem. So say that person has key to or access to all knowledge that is required. Now you have to be ethical enough, you have to be empathize with the people need. Okay, kind of thinking is actually not, because why? Because this kind of thinking will not need money, and most of the people want to get knowledge to produce money. As long as your main goal is to produce wealth with the help of knowledge, you will not get any interest. So you need a mindset where you get some satisfaction by knowing something which is unknown to you. It is not necessary that this knowledge is going to give you wealth. So as I scroll down this interesting blog, which is like a big brain definitely wrote it. So efficient training with internet scale retrievable. So a model is generally trained with some information. So this information is not big enough. Like if you want to make someone 10 knowledgeable, how many books you need to memorize, how many information you need to memorize. Generally, when you go for a secondary exam or try to test your knowledge, generally you have a syllabus, okay, and in this syllabus you have some you have memorized everything, whatever written in textbooks. You not only memorize, you are also capable to explain any point that is relevant to the topic. Like your art science book has a topic, why greenhouse gases effect and in global warming. So as a human being, you have studied the behavior of greenhouse gas. You can, it is similar effect to the greenhouse, and this is how greenhouse help farmer to grow their vegetable and fruits. Artificial environment, the same temperature increase situation happen when greenhouse gases produce a cover around the globe, and this, and so all those knowledge actually read book you have digested. Now if somebody asks any question, you can answer. So similarly, when you want to make your model like PhD level expert in a particular domain, like a domain expert, and you need to train it with a better skill set. Okay, so here they have trained model to internet scale retrievability. That means how we retrieve information from the internet. We depend on some of the search engine to find an information, and now the search engines are AI enabled, so it understand what kind of you are, what exactly information you are looking for, depending on your behavior, your past history of various search term. It can predict exactly what kind of information you are looking for, and then pick up some good quality pages from the internet and produce answer kind of thing, instead of giving you 10 valuable links. So this is now AI overview feature of most of the search engines. So here in this diagram, what exactly the author tried to explain, let us try to understand the flow first. Retrieving information from the internet. Let us assume you have a website retrieve information from its database, like some pages information are in a database. When you ask for one keyword, if this keyword is listed in a content of a page, this page list is in your application. When it is retrieving information from the internet, it actually look at 2 trillion word. Trillion means number. Trillion means a number that has 1 at the first place and then 12 zeros. So you can understand what does a trillion means. It is a huge number. It is far how this number. So it's looking at 2 trillion words from web, books, news, Wikipedia, GitHub, everywhere. GitHub has sample codes, Wikipedia has facts, news article has some real true stories, and books written analysis, websites. So when you ask a question like the 2021 Women's US Open was on, that is the information. So it looks at all those 2 trillion words, find out the relevant information. So I can see 3 pages are retrieved where the person name is written, and it transforms this information into an answer with the intelligence. And now look at the retrieval enhanced transformer. So it is working like a transformer. What exactly a electric transformer work? We use transformer for electricity purpose. It increase the voltage like something. So transform actually happen, we see in a step-by-step manner. So it actually build the answer like first stranger, second stranger, third stranger, multiple, let us assume multiple people is ready to write your essay all together, and they are not producing the same kind of information. They are looking at different source and producing the information all together, and as a result you can see the whole answer is written in like 5 seconds. How it is possible? Because in second multiple agents working together. So this 5 second is actually equivalent to maybe a human's 5 hours work, maybe, or similar. So and then you can see the output. You got all information, who owned this open, what was the match, what is match result, who was his opponent, everything all together in just one answer. So going forward, we see in this article, let's deep dive in and try to understand, because DeepMind is the biggest pioneer in the AI journey, the advancement of AI journey. So DeepMind will remain cautious and thoughtful. So these are the people who are actually tuning this AI and making it more intelligent, just like people train a student to become an future. So here I'm reading as it is. We will try to be transparent and open about the limitation of our model, and will work to mitigate identified risks. That means, what is identified risks? When you are fine-tuning your model, asking many questions, and sometimes if you see some of the questions are not so good or maybe a risk factor, then you train the AI so that it never make the same mistake in future. So at each step, we draw on the breadth of the expertise from our multidisciplinary team. That means for AI, they hire a multidisciplinary team who are ready to find out what exactly wrong when they see an answer. So what is the goal? The goal is to make it ethically safe. Okay, so from this article we learned something very today about AI. I hope this session is helpful for you. See you guys in another episode. Till then, take care and keep learning.